the smart move is to open up this offense. That's one of the quotes from one of the most famous quarterbacks in Georgia history, and we've got a lot of talks this week in our What We Were Hearing segment over on Dog Post. I'm going to link it below. You see me a lot. Don't you want to know what you're missing out on the website? I think you do. And right now, I've got a great offer for you, and I'll talk about that in a second. We go into a lot of detail, a lot of discussion about Jaheim Singletary, who could be making a move any day now, a five-star kid from Florida. Dylan Bell, three-star wide receiver. Kamari Wilson, another guy, a five-star player from Florida. These are all things that we talk about. A lot of discussion of the ACC and where they're positioned right now. I'll give you a hint, it's not very good positioning. Here's one quote from the story. It's amazing that John Swofford, the former ACC commissioner, ever got that pass, talking about the ACC's current football contract with Disney for television. It's a disaster, and there's 15 years left. So what does that mean for everybody out there? And back to the punchline here. Should Georgia just open it up? Is that something that we should see in the near future from this Georgia offense? I went back and looked at Georgia's game against Alabama here lately, and there were a lot of plays left on the field in the middle of the field. Obviously, Georgia lost that game, but played Alabama about as well as anybody outside of Florida this past year. And the truth of the matter is that if Georgia wants to get where they got to go, they're going to have to go through Alabama. I think everybody knows that. And do you do that by opening it up more? In that game this past fall, Georgia had more success running the ball against Bama than throwing it. And for people who say, well, the quarterback was the issue, okay, fine. But does it still mean that if you've got JT Daniels there and you have the capability to run, does that mean that you open it up? Is opening it up, does that mean scoring however you possibly can? I think the person saying this was saying it in a way that they meant offensively they want to see more fireworks coming from JT Daniels' arms or the particular arm that's throwing it. I can't stress enough, you're missing out on a great opportunity here at Dog Post. We have a great offer. I'm putting it right below. The time to sign up is now, y'all. We are at the point in the season that it is right around the corner. This week, there will be football practice at Georgia. And with that will come a lot of insights and analysis. There is concern, for sure, about this Delta variant and what that will mean for games. I don't think that will mean that they'll be canceled, not on Georgia's end. But around the league, I don't know Clemson's situation. I couldn't speak to their situation. But Georgia is in very good shape on that front. It would surprise me quite a bit considering the percentage of players who have been vaccinated for Georgia to really get sidetracked this season. But other things could. That's something that we're watching. We're watching who's going to play the left tackle spot for Georgia, what's going to happen on the offensive line, how are Georgia's transfer players coming in and playing. I mean, the biggest one I think people have paid the most attention to is Eric Gilbert, but you've got two other guys in the secondary, in Smith and Kendrick, that are going to be as important to Georgia's season as any other starter, probably more important than most starters at Georgia. How long is it going to take for George Pickens to come back? These are sorts of things that are going to be discussed, perhaps not as vocally as I do on here. The whole value of being on Dog Post is to be able to talk to people like me and Matt DeBerry all the time. You post it, we answer your question, and you are hopefully better informed as a result of that. Do you think that Georgia should open it up more with JT Daniels in there? Is it because they have receivers they simply have not had in the past? There are other questions coming into this season. What about Dominic Blaylock? How is he doing? Because he is a special player when he's healthy. I mean, look back at the 19 season when he was a true freshman, scoring against Auburn, Florida, and Tech. That's not common. So there's a lot going on, and I want to make sure to tell you that you're missing out on something here that is not very expensive and that has tremendous value. There are tens of thousands of people that we reach every single month on here. And y'all should be taking advantage of this. You are getting the tip of the iceberg. Think about that. Make sure you're clicking the link below. I'll have it ready for you. We'll see you on the website.